Hey everyone, my name is Roxx, and I realized that the Game Boy Advance doesn't have many M-rated games. This was the time when mature rated games were still fairly new. I guess you could say they didn't exactly run the market like they do in the modern age. Even then, it's the Game Boy Advance. How mature can you really get? Unless there is some suggestive language, all these pixels won't show me anything sexual or gory. Or can it? And no, the Doom port is not on this list. That is rated T for teen. Yes, I am just as confused as you are. But the first game I found was very obvious. Mortal Kombat Advance. It's Mortal Kombat, but ported. The title is kind of ironic, Mortal Kombat Advance, but everything sucks. It's definitely Mortal Kombat. The graphics seem not too far off from the original, and the characters are here. The layouts and everything seems fine, but there is only so much you can do with the Game Boy's ability to play fighting games. It is definitely not the GBA's strong point. Handhelds can never be on the same level when it comes to fighting games, at least realistic fighting games, and there will always be a combo flaw. Next up on our list is one you might know, GTA Advance. Who would ever thought a game like GTA could be played under your covers in bed? Well, the real question is, why would you? There are a huge amount of limitations to the port, which was obvious, but it's not the worst game by any means. I wouldn't say it feels like a GTA game exactly, but it definitely has notable characteristics, at least in my opinion. Too bad this game gives me seizures. Yes, seizures. It messes with your eyes a lot. I don't know if this game was M-rated from the guns and running over people, or just from the fact that I was dying from just looking at the game. You can kind of get used to it, which makes the game pretty enjoyable in lots of ways, but first impressions are everything, and this game hurt my eyeballs real bad. Here we are with a first-person shooter game, Serious Sam Advance. Now I really love Serious Sam. It's a very forgotten series, nobody ever really talks about it. The game is in the style of Doom, which having the gun slanted in first person, which later in the series, Serious Sam makes its own style. This game is just very similar mechanic-wise. Other than that, the Serious Sam personality is mostly there. The characters and strange enemies, the voices of the enemies, the random levels are all here, but one thing missing is the beautiful Serious Sam voice. That's one thing that makes the game so funny. Serious Sam has lots of funny lines and grunts when he hits. It's just unfortunately not the same deal here. A major flaw with all the games I listed so far is just how there was so much jam-packed on the screen. It can become a bit annoying. You got health, shield, lives, points, which gun you're using, the ammo for that gun, and that just covers all the corners. And then you still have tons of enemies and blood on the main focal point of the screen, so there's a lot going on. Luckily, I'm used to playing this Serious Sam on GameCube in the co-op mode, so I have very limited room already, along with the fact that Serious Sam is a shoot 'em up with dozens and dozens of enemies on the screen at once, which only leaves so much room to see. It is a far different game to Doom, but at least in my opinion, pretty much saying I rather play Serious Sam than Doom. The last final game on this list of M-rated Game Boy Advance games is Dual Blades. Wow, this game is a new favorite Game Boy Advance game for me. I don't say that too often, but man, this game is very cool. It's unfortunate that there are a lot of limitations on this game, making it have several flaws, but wow, I often dislike fighting games, and I'm already biased about how fighting games are bad at handheld, but Dual Blade works very well. Now there isn't much room for combos, the moveset isn't too unique, and there aren't too many options. The character roster is very small, there isn't any interesting modes, just the basic fighting game versus an arcade. Yes, I do realize that all of those are negative aspects, but there is so much potential for this game. The anime style characters are pretty cool with unique weapons and looks. There isn't really a clone from what I've seen, and the music is very calm the majority of the time, which is surprising for a fighting game. And the overall gameplay is pretty entertaining with slashing swords, the animations, and especially the sound effects is what I think really makes the game enjoyable for me. It sounds like an epic cartoon and it's done very well. I was confused at first when I made this game M-rated, then I won the match and cut my enemy's body in half. It isn't gross and gory by any means, but hey, that's something you don't see on the Game Boy. Pretty fantastic game in my opinion, and one I think fighting game fans should definitely check out. Way more fun than the Mortal Kombat ports, and if Dual Blades had an original too, in my opinion it would be a lot more interesting than the real Mortal Kombats. It has the right touch of Soul Calibur and King of Fighters all rolled into one. Definitely the best game on this list by a long shot, and I recommend you check it out. Well, those are some M-rated games for the Game Boy Advance. Wasn't that fun? If you want to see a part 2, I can find some more M-rated games on here to look at. But for today, that's all the time we have. And I would love if you stuck around for the next video since I upload gaming content every week. See you guys soon.